Today we're making a keto pumpkin cheesecake. It's got a really nice shortbread crust. Welcome back. As you can see, we're at our winter home for the next 6 months. So I'll be writing recipes here and filming right here. Today I'm sharing my keto pumpkin cheesecake. Now this is a little branch off of my New York cheesecake, which was really popular. It has a really nice shortbread crust. The recipe for this is below in the comments section. First thing I'm doing is I'm preheating my oven to 325 degrees. I've got 1 3/4 cups of sifted almond flour. I've got some allulose. You can use allulose or erythritol or Splenda, and I've made it into a powder. So in that goes a teaspoon of vanilla, 1/3 of a cup of room temperature butter, I'm just going to mix that up by hand. There, that's nicely mixed. I've got a pie plate. It's kind of a deep dish pie plate, and I've greased it with butter with my finger all the way around. So I'm going to put this mixture in and press it down in the bottom and up in the sides. There, I've smoothed it out evenly across the bottom and up the sides, and it has a consistency of like a pizza dough. So that's really good. I like that. And then I'm just going to dock it with a fork. Just put holes in it on the bottom. There you go. I'm up at 325 degrees. I'm going to blind bake this for 8 to 10 minutes till it's a nice light golden brown. You don't want to go too far. If your heat is too high, it'll just brown too much. So I'm going to go in 8 to 10 minutes. I'll watch it. And then I'm going to pull it out and rest it for 15 minutes for the filling. That's what it looks like. I'll set my timer. I ended up blind baking this shortbread crust for 10 minutes exactly on my timer, and I let it sit for 15 minutes to cool down a little bit. For the second stage, we've got 2 8-ounce packs of cream cheese. That's a pound. I've got 2 eggs, some more powdered allulose, and that goes. I've got 1/2 cup of real pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling, but puree. Teaspoon of vanilla. I've got pumpkin pie spice, and if you can't buy pumpkin pie spice, I'll just put a link for my homemade version of pumpkin pie spice in the comments section. In that goes. Now I'm just going to blend this up. There you go, that's nice and smooth. I managed to keep most of it in the bowl. Some on my shirt. So it's nice and smooth. So I'm just going to spoon that in. There, that's nice and even. For 30 to 40 minutes, I'll set my timer for 25 and check it in 25. And if I have to rotate it, I will. Okay, so that took a total of 35 minutes. You want to go until you get the jiggle out of it. And it looks really good. Now you have to remember that almond flour goes really brown. It's a nut. So it's a little darker than flour. But you see the jiggles out of that? That's a nice looking pie right there. You could also make pumpkin cheesecake in a little springform pan like this, a mini one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this cool out here for a little bit, and then I'll put it into the fridge. Today is actually American Thanksgiving, so Jennifer's inside making all kinds of keto sides. Green bean casserole, keto stuffing, cauli mash and gravy. Well, my pumpkin cheesecake turned out perfectly. I let it sit in the fridge for a good 3 hours before serving it for dessert. And I'm calling this 8 servings in the pie. You can see that we did 1/4. The spice is just perfect. The sweetness is really good. This would be really good for anybody that wants to serve, a pie for non-keto people. So you get slices nicely, really nice consistency. Serve with a little dollop of whipped cream on the top. There you go. There's my keto pumpkin cheesecake. Thanks for watching.